Namaskar, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about a special topic that has been asked by many beloved friends and well-wishers. First of all, I would like to explain that is it possible one person can choose more than one guru? So, first of all, we would like to know, we need to know that what is guru means. Guru is the person who is not only the teacher, he is the supreme master who can lead you from your darkness to light. So that's why when guru comes in your life, when guru come in your life, he will lead you towards your bright path, and he will connect your body when you connect your sense to supreme consciousness. So that's why no matter wherever you go, you can learn those things from the person, from the object, from the various things. You can awake when any situation, any person, or any particular subject or creature help you to awaken your soul. So that is the guru. So many of our English speaker or non-Nepali spiritual friends ask me why one person needs many guru. So I'd like to explain that the Dattatraya, one of the great sages, he was holding more than one guru. Actually, he had a 24 guru. So what does it mean? How can he choose? He chose the 24 gurus. So now I'd like to explain bit by bit. In Bhagavad Gita, we will know that it is saying that if somebody knows the things whatever consists with the body, those person will be elevated, spiritually enlightened. It is saying that Kshetra Kshetra Jnayoreva Mantaram Jnana Chakshusha Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Chaye Viduryanti Te Param. That means those who will know how many elements in the body, those who will know what is the temporary and what is the permanent in this world, the person will be elevated, the person will be spiritual enlightened. Now today I would like to talk about the Dattatraya. Dattatraya said that my bliss and contentment are the fruits of self-realization. Soul, the Atma alone is my guru. Yet I have gained the necessary wisdom from the whole creation via 24 individuals who were therefore my gurus. I shall elaborate the same for you. So Dattadaya taken 24 objects and 24 creatures of this universe. First, Dattasraya chose the earth, Prithvi, along with mountain and trees. He chose the earth is his guru. So Dattatreya explained that the earth teaches codes of dharma, art of tolerance, art of performing duty. One can learn patience and forgiveness from earth. Like mountains and tree, one should devotedly dedicate itself to the welfare of other living beings. So Dattatreya chose earth is his guru, the planet Earth. Second guru was Dattatreya was air, that is Vayu. The air being pure and odorless in its characteristics, move freely among all objects and yet remain unaffected. The air teaches the value of being free from all contamination and of staying clear of material world's disturbances. When air blows out of control, the atmosphere becomes agitated. Similarly, if the mind is constantly attracted and repelled by material objects, it will be next to impossible to think of the absolute truth, supreme personality of Godhead. So that's why the air Bayu is his another second guru of the Tatraya. Similarly, Dattatreya talks to one of the king that his third guru is sky, the Akas, Gagan. So the sky having no boundaries beyond the reach of the material nature, infinity in nature. Sometimes clouds cover the sky, but yet sky remains unaffected. In the same way, the soul is never affected by the material body contamination. Like sky, the soul is omnipresent. It can be available everywhere, all the preventing and infinitive in the nature. The inner emptiness of sky space teaches the Dattatraya should be free of emotion within inside. So if we free from the emotions like the sky, we can be enlightened. So this is the guru of the Akasa. Akash is the another guru of the Tatraya. Now the fourth guru is the water, Jala, Pani. So water, the sage is like a water because he is free from all impurities, gentle in nature, and while speaking, the creature a beautiful vibration like the flowing of water. By seeing, touching, or hearing such a saintly person, the living entity is cleanse as if coming in contact with pure water. Water quenches the thirst of every creature, very important element for all creatures. Without feeling and proud, water serves all living beings. The sage too should likewise bestow health, peace, and joy to every creature that resorts to him. So similarly, fire was his fifth guru, Agni. Fire burns bright, cannot be suppressed by others. It has no extra storage place. It keeps all inside itself and it can eat anything and it not get dirty when comes in the into contact of other dirty things. The sage's glory is like the fire, is made brighter by austerities, his knowledge and tapas, having no vessel of other than his stomach. So that's why the fire is another fifth guru of Dattataya. The sixth moon, Chandrama. The moon waxes and wanes. Despite this continuous changes taking place with the moon, yet it remains unaffected by his process. Similarly, the sages should not be affected by the continual changes of body from birth to death, including disease, old ages. Likewise, sun. Sun is another guru of the Tatraya. The reflection of the sun can be seen many objects, but the actual sun is one and undivided. That teaches the supreme soul is one and reflected into various bodies, but the soul is not body itself. The sun evaporates water and it returns water back to the earth in the forms or rain without any attachment or engage with its act. Similarly, to says can accept material things with their senses, but at the appropriate time, he should give these things back as an act from sense of duty without getting attached to material sense of object. Likewise, the eighth guru of the Patraya is a bird, pigeon. So once a devoted pigeon couple along with there is a babies lives happily in jungle. The couple loves each other too much, also take care of their infant babies. The love among them is ever growing every day. One day the couple went to bring food for their children. In the meanwhile, the bird hunter came to their nest and caught the children in a net. When the couple returned back, they saw their dear children were caught in net. Unable to live without their children, the couple foolishly also jumped into that trap of net. The bird catcher returned home with the complete catch. So it teaches that the pigeon story warns against the developing obsessive love or attachment in the transient material world. The sage would refrain from attachment after attaining the human body, which is the open door to mukti, moksha, liberation, a door to God realization. Even after being born as an intelligent living being, one is caught in the clutches of the possessiveness and bring about his own spiritual destruction. Excessive attachment and love with the anything except wisdom is the cause of boldness. So it explains that, listen carefully. It's an excessive attachment and love with anything except wisdom. You can attach with wisdom, but not with the family or relationship. That is the Pigeon was the Dattatraya's eighth guru, and likewise Python, the Ajinger. The Python was another ninth guru of the Dattatraya. A Python eats whatever comes in its way and satisfy whether it is sufficient or not, bitter or sweet, act. So that's why the Python is one of the guru. So no matter we are whatever situation, the God will feel us. If you have trust, if you have a trust of those things, definitely you will live happily in this universe. So the Python is one of the guru of the Dattatraya. So such a wonderful thing, isn't it? One should accept whatever one come across in life with full contentment. While suffering the hardship and miseries in life, one should think it is due to past sinful activities that one is being punished. A sage always goes for search of wisdom and refrains from running after unwanted pleasures. So this is the Python's lessons. That's why the Trataya made Python was his ninth guru. Now come to the honeybee, the Madhumakhi, Mauri. So honeybee wanders from flowers to flower to collect nectar from them without hunting, without hurting the flower, and draws honey. Similarly, the sage takes the essence of the different various holy scriptures, study and practices them with spirituality. The sage should wander from door to door to beg just enough food for his living without troubling the householder who provide them. The sage should not become greedy. So similarly, those who is not greedy, so he will be enlightened. So he made the honeybee as guru. Likewise, honey thief, the honey gatherer, madhumakhi collector, mohaku sankalan karta. The bees collect honey and store it with hard work, which they neither eat nor give away it, themselves in charity to any other creatures. The honey gatherer, honey thief, comes and takes the honey easily. The sage should not store things for himself, even for the next time. He should use his palms to take food and stomach to store foods. We have to leave all we store out of the trouble throughout our life. Eat once and depart when the Lord death Yama comes and takes with him. That's why if somebody doesn't store unnecessarily or he share his achievements or earnings, he will be free. So this is the learning from the honey thief. So similarly, bird of the prey, there is a bird comes Kurari bird. So one there was Kurari bird who picked some sort of food in the beak from somewhere. At that time, the other stronger birds having no food to eat attacked that bird to take food away from his beak. In order to get rid of the attack and to attain peace, the bird dropped the food from beaks and he will be free. So from this, the Tatraya knows that the worldly possessions are source of trouble. If one run after sensual pleasure, will soon come into clash with his fellow beings, who to run for the same and has to face much miseries and sufferings. Happiness and enlightenment belongs to one who lives simply, conquering his craving for worldly things and seeking only spiritual goals. One becomes as happy and relieved only on abandoning the sensual pleasure. So sensual pleasure he learned from the bird of the prey. Likewise, the sea, the ocean, Samudra is another guru of the Tatraya. The ocean neither increases due to the excessive inflow of river, nor decreases due to the stoppage of flow of rivers. So it maintains its level. The calm sea never disturbed, always remains in its boundaries. So that's why it is a sage is a enlightened person, a spiritual person, always need to be a state of calmness, neither fluctuation ups and down. So fourth is moth, the grasshopper, patanga, so putali. So that's why fourth is moth. So the moth is the tempted by fire, being attracted by the delightful beauty of flame. It jumps into it and get burns within it. Similarly, the Dattatraya learned from the moth that to control the senses of sight and all other senses and to try to avoid being greedy. The 15th guru is 11th, the elephant, Hathi. The male elephant, out of immense lust, falls into a pit covered over with grass by the scent of its mate, a pepper, and the wooden made female elephant. The elephant gets caught and enhanced after being attracted towards its opposite gender mate. Similarly, a passionate person is tempted by the opposite gender and falls into the trap and come to the grief. The seekers of spiritual truth should learn to get rid from the clutches of the lost. So it's lost tree. So that's why from the elephant, the Dattatraya learned that we need to be free from the lost. So then deer heron. So heron, the deer is very fond of music and is very much attached by it. The deer is trapped by hunter, so it's love for music. So that's why hunter employ music to lure the deer uh, before hunting it. So that way, that teaches that passion and sensual desire will later or sooner bring down a sage from his spiritual progress. That's why all spiritual seekers never need to be lured or attract with that sensational desire. That's why the fish is another guru of the Dattatraya. Due to uncontrolled tongue, the fish is caught on hook. It is though tasteful bait, small food used to catch fish, that the fish meets its end. That's why we need to know that fish is trapped because of his sensational desire. That's a Pingala, a dancing god, a prostitute also, a Dattatraya's guru. There was a dancing god. There was a story behind it. There was a dancing girl named Pingala. She was tired of looking for customers one night to come and give her sensual pleasure along with lot of money. She became hopeless and ultimately, out of frustration, gave her plan for earning money via this means. Feeling satisfaction from her abandonment of material desire, she was connected with what she had and then had sound sleep. She had realized that divine spirit lies within herself, who is of the nature of bliss eternal. So that teaches that a prostitute story teaches that the abandonment of expectation from the people leads to contentment and the infinite joy. Wow, such a wonderful wisdom, isn't it? Thank you for listening with this patience. So the infinity bliss is within us. So whatever we expect from the outside, people or material things, that will end one time. But if we abandon material desire and content with the insight, that satisfaction will lead us the infinite joy. What a wonderful lessons he learned from the prostitute, and the Pingala, a dancing girl, became his guru. And the another is child. After drinking the milk, child will be very happy. A child has no grievance, anger, jealousy, hatred, and above all, free of ego and arrogance. Both child and sage are free from the anxieties and fully engrossed in the supreme joy. A child is happy and enjoying due to ignorance, while sage is happy, free from all worldly desire. That's why it is saying that such a wonderful things. And the Dattatraya's guru is child. And similarly, once some people came home to see a maiden girl, her parents were not at home, so she had to entertain them herself. She went to kitchen and started beating rice for their food. At that time, her hands bangles started making noise. She did not like that noise because it is showed that they were so poor that she herself had to beat the rice. So she broke all the bangles except two in each hand. But still they made noise. So she broke one more bangles from each hand. Hence no noise produce. So that's why it teaches that when there are a number of spiritual seekers living together, or there will be a class of interest, even among two persons there might be a disturbances, dispute. So the sages should live alone in solitude, or spiritual seekers need to be alone. That is the lesson from the maiden or unmarried girl. So that's why the unmarried girl is also a guru of Dattatraya. So another guru is serpent, the snake. So the snake lives alone and avoid the company of other creatures. In order to seek self-realization, one should abide in the cave of his own heart. The snake leaves of its own skin after some times and gets the newer one, the snake that makes the resemble with phenomenon of death. A true spiritual seeker never frightened by the death, knowing sooner or later he will get a new life based on his karmic actions. Wow, such a beautiful story. So the serpent doesn't make any house. He will leave other people's house. So that is also wonderful lessons from the snake. So Dattatraya always learn from this knowledge. So another is the Arrowsmith, make of arrow. Once there was an arrow maker. He so absorbed in making the trip of an arrow that he did not notice the procession of the king passes nearby. So he was very much keen to his work. So even though there was a king went across his in front of him, our focused mind, contentation and concentrations is the way to achieve self-realization. That's why the Arrowsmith also became his guru. Similarly, spider, makuri, makuru. Spider builds a beautiful wave from his heart through the mouth. Play and enjoys with it, and then after some time, swallow that very same wave. So that means like it teaches that the Supreme creates material universe from his Maya, presents it and after a while draw it back into the self. The Supreme Self has no desire and is beyond the reach of cause and effect. That's why like a spider web. So our this world is also creation and destruction. So that's why we don't need to attach and worry about the our life, our material achievements and kids, family members. It comes and goes. So that's why the spider is another guru of the Dattatraya. And similarly, caterpillar, the wasp, bringi. The wasp catches hold of worm, caterpillar, put in its hive nest, gives in a string and goes on the bustle about it. The caterpillar is so frightened by his whole ongoing process of buzzings, that it cannot think anything else apart from wasp. They constantly kept thinking of caterpillar of about wasp. Eventually, make a caterpillar a wasp itself. It teaches that whatever from a man constantly think of knowing unintentionally, be it with love, jealousy, or fear, he attend it course of time then forms. That's why whatever we are keep thinking, that will we become. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, whatever we keep thinking, we will become. So that's why caterpillar, Brahmara, is also Dattatraya's another guru. So that's why it is saying that the earth represents the Dharma, the wind symbolizes freedom of truth, the sun, moon, and ocean emphasizes the unchanging nature of truth. The sky shows the infinitive nature of self. The spider reminds the transient nature of material world. The moth, elephant, deer, and fish warn against the overwhelming of distraction caused by desire. The pigeon, honeybee, the Kurari bird, and Pingala won against the worldly attachment. The child evokes the happiness of freedom from material care. The python and honeybee emphasizes the benefit of simple living. The fire and water teaches the power of purity of the contamination of the material world. The maiden and the snake teaches to avoid any distraction caused by the unwanted things. The Arrowsmith teaches to remain focused and concentrate towards the goal. The The caterpillar teaches that by the concentration, so concentration on God, one can return to Godhead, the ultimate goal. So this is the wonderful, beautiful path of life. So Dattatraya found the 24 guru in his life. That's why we would like to know that if you regularly believe that the bliss, the enjoy, ultimate enjoy is within ourselves, definitely we will find guru, we will find lesson everywhere in this world. Like Dattatreya had a 24 gurus. So from birth to death, or birth to from now, so we can think we learn to talk from our mother, and we learn the formal education from a school teacher, and after that we learn many things from many peoples. So that's why guru cannot be one person, but we need to remember that the knowledge from about the material world, that is called the apara vidya. So apara vidya can learn from anyone, but the para vidya, the ultimate knowledge, can be learned by the Sadguru, the ultimate, the supreme consciousness, and the worldly knowledge, the beautiful knowledge, the Paravidya, learned from the one, the Guru who is already know the Tattva Jnana, the internal truth. That's why we need to open ourselves, no matter wherever we go, no matter what we learn, see, always be open. Like for example, if there is a water bottle, if the lid is open, it can be filled up anytime. But if the lid is closed, no matter wherever you take that water bottle, in the shower or in the tap or any other place, it cannot be filled up. In the same way, as a person, as a spiritual seeker, be open. Open your dogma and remove all the traditions or any that sort of a layer or limitations. Be open, and that's why we can be fulfilled. With the story of the Dattatreya, we can learn that we can always be open. Opener, whoever can open, he can be fulfilled. Those who cannot be open, he will never be fulfilled. Such a wonderful lesson we can learn. Thank you very much listening. All the non-Nepali speaker or listener, all the people who is listening this around the world, thank you very much with listening this patiently. This is a long information, though really important information. This is the story of the Dattatreya, who chose in his life 24 gurus, and before he enlightened. And enlightenment can be, get and achieve from anything with inspiration. So thank you very much for listening. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi.